Prepared Airman's everyday carry. Well, here it is, and I normally don't do this very often, mainly because I think YouTube is very saturated with everyday carry content. So I haven't done one for about a year and a half, and it'll probably be another year and a half before I do another one. So if you guys are interested in this stuff, enjoy it while it is. But one thing as well I'm not going to get into is certain pew-pew items in this everyday carry rundown, because YouTube frowns on those particular things, which I will do a separate dedicated video for, probably linked in the description box below, coming out at the same exact time as this, so you can flip-flop between the two if you like. So let's dive into it specifically. What do I run? So my watch is the Garmin Tactics Delta Solar. Bit of a mouthful, but this thing is an awesome watch. And yes, I understand the Tactics 7 Solar is out, but realistically in my mind, this watch right here, this one is so freaking good. I have real no need to upgrade to the new one. Yes, I might get touchscreen and a larger solar panel in it and a couple other little items, but this thing literally does everything and more than I need it to. And plus, the price is actually starting to come down on these, and they didn't really upgrade too much. And in my opinion, I think they came out with it a little too quickly, unless they were trying to beat like Apple Watches, which are touchscreen, which I understand. But ultimately, this thing is an awesome watch. And if you're looking for a GPS-based watch that'll do everything you could possibly imagine and more, this is a pretty solid, option. I'm not going to get into details. I've already done a detailed on that. So next, I carry a lighter on me, specifically the Zippo, because I like fire. Who doesn't? But mainly I have the butane insert inside of this. Well, mainly it's because I want something to capture or hold my, the fuel in it and not evaporate. Zippos have that issue that you constantly got to fill them up. And I don't use it that much to need it every single day, but I do find myself needing it a few times a week, so it stays in my pocket. And I do like to play with it like a fidget tool or something like that in my pocket, mess with it, other stuff like that. Keeps me occupied when I'm reasonably bored at meetings or other things like that. Next, I use just original chapstick, nothing special. It works fairly well because I'm in northern United States and it is constantly windy here, so it dries out my lips. I can literally look out right now my window and see trees bending over because it's ridiculously windy and it sucks. Next, a pen. Now this is a Right in the Rain, one of the Fisher Space pens that Right in the Rain makes, and I put the pocket clip on it so it doesn't, roll around as much. But I specifically got it in orange, just like my lighter. Mainly, so if you drop it, you can find it. And especially at $20 a pop, I've lost a couple of these before, and it kind of sucks to your wallet. So orange, you can drop it literally anywhere at night, during the day, wherever it is, and you will find it. I guarantee it. Well, unless it goes down like a storm drain or something like that. But if it's on the ground, you can find orange pretty well. You wouldn't believe how many black pens I've just dropped in the grass and I'm just like, well, and it's gone. And now I'm busy and I got to go somewhere else because I'm on time schedule and I have to leave. So I give them an orange and solved about 95% of the problem. Well, the other 5% was I did lose one, but that was probably to negligence, not because of color. But besides the point. All right, next. Streamlight flashlight. This is a Streamlight ProTac 1L1AA. Geez, mouthful. I don't know why they name them this crazy long, but in my opinion, this is the best everyday carry light ever created. And I know, I just got a bunch of comments right there saying, you're absolutely wrong. It's this Olight or it's this Surefire light. I get it. But for me, this is the best one. And here is why. It's because it takes 3 different battery cells. 3. It takes AA's, AAA's, and CR123s. You literally just drop them in there and they run the light. You have high, you have low, and you have strobe if you want it. And you can program it if you don't want some of those features. The pocket clip is awesome. It's reversible, so you can clip like onto a hat, a baseball cap, to use as a headlamp if you need to, or it clips down. It's just an overall nice light, and it's extremely small. Fits in the palm of my hand, back button actuated, very easy to use, and the burnt bronze looks pretty sweet too, just like Daniel Defense stuff, because when you see a Daniel Defense item, you can't say that F word or the G word. Everybody wants it because it looks really sick. I think Streamlight did pretty good on it. Next, the specific knife that I'm running is a Spyderco Tenacious Lightweight. And as you can see, it's fairly abused. It's got drywall all over it. It's got some mud. It's been worn, mainly because I use knives for an entire year. I will use this knife for the entire year of it, do a year-end review on it, and then move to another one. I got literally a whole wall of every single year I've used a specific knife. And we're coming up on the year-end, so I got to find another one, or my wife does, because she normally does that for me. But overall, really good knife, highly recommended, fairly cheap, haven't broken it, tip works out really well, even digging into drywall or wood products or whatever you need to do. Next, I do carry Leatherman on me. Some people do not like this, but it works out fairly well. This is the Leatherman Free P4. I do like this mainly because I can open it one-handed very easily. Now, there's a couple things that they did really good, a couple things they did really bad. I do like that you can get all your items, you know, from the outside of it. Works fairly well. The pocket clip is absolutely outstanding. Thank you, Leatherman, for actually making a pocket clip that is very pleasant to use, because I enjoy it. I can actually clip it to my pocket or other things like that, other than the weird ones that you guys used in the past. One thing that I do not like is mainly because you did away with the bit kit. Now it's just a dedicated old school kind of Leatherman, you know, Phillips and a flathead, and that's it. Well, on the Wave, you guys used the bit kit, and the bit kit was pretty cool in certain locations and when you needed it, but you made that whole design, you know, marketed it really heavily, and then you upgraded a product and doesn't use it. Why? That's, okay, whatever. I'm just ranting. But anyways, this is pretty good multi-tool. I enjoy it. I used the Wave for many years, and I kind of go back and forth with them. Moving on to tourniquet-wise. This is a soft T wide tourniquet, extremely thin, mainly because you can rope it in there and get it compressed really far down. This will slip into a pocket, disappear very easily, and I enjoy that about it because I can actually carry it with me. If you run with a cat, then you have like the windlass retainers that like kind of pop out and kind of annoying, and for everyday carry, that's a bit difficult. So I go with this, and as you can see, extremely lightweight. And it's metal construction too, which is a benefit for the UV light, which blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into it. You can look it up somewhere else. It degrades it over time. All right, moving on. I have these Tozo earbuds. I forget what model they are. I'll just link them in the description box below. These things are really cool. I really enjoy these because they're noise canceling. They will literally cancel out 35 decibels. And the best part is they're like $30. So sorry for you Apple product users like my wife. My wife loves Apple products and I do not. I'm an Android, so now right there I just got 20 comments of people hating or unsubscribing. I can hear my ratings tanking as we speak. But I kind of make fun of her because she pushes $200 into the Apple AirPods or whatever they're called, and this does everything that they do for $30. And I can keep this for 2 years, and then when they break eventually, I will go buy another pair for $30. They do the same thing. It's like 48 hours worth of constant on or something. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. You can look up the specs. I'm not going to go into detail. Wallet-wise, I use the Ridge wallet. This thing's pretty nice. I get it. It's not that thin. It's supposed to be. I have a lot of cards. I carry stuff. I do things. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be thinner. I get it. But this works extremely well. This is an upgraded one. My wife got a newer one, the blue. I have my older one still. That thing's beat. I mean, I've like 8 years or something like that. We're running around with it. Screws all missing. Still worked. No issues. Only reason I upgraded because my wife got me a new one. And I need a new one. So tapes over it, but I put my name and my number because I still have hope in humanity sometimes. Because if I drop my wallet on the ground, maybe someone will come around and go, wow, look, there's that guy's name and number. Let's call him and give it back. Which, granted, that's like 1% chance, but I still have a hope in that 1%. I might not get the money back on the outside, but at least I get my wallet, my IDs back, maybe. Moving over, I have my law enforcement credential. Mainly, this is just a CCW for all 50 states. And of course, if I have it, I'm going to use it. Just my opinion. I can carry anywhere in all 50 states because I'm a LEOSA credential holder. Cool. I carry it in my back pocket. It works out really well. Also sunglasses, these are just Wiley X's. Used to run Oakley's, broke many of them. They work out really well, but they're expensive. Wiley X's just work, and they're ballistic. And that's what I like about it, and they're much cheaper, so that's what I went with. So a couple, or actually one other thing, my belt, before we get into the other random items. Belt, this is a Wazoo cash belt. This thing is really cool, and I really enjoy it because I've been using this thing for many, many years. And with that, you can cache your cash inside the cash belt, I guess, or cache other items, you know, extra keys to your house, or, you know, gold or money or whatever you want to cache, awkward items that you want to cache inside it. I mean, it's your life, you do what you want. But you can put things in it, very thin, slim, and it works extremely well. Buckle's really nice too. Mirror in it, or you can put like $100 bills or $1 bills if you're poor, I don't know. And then it has a bottle opener, so it's nice because you can just literally just like pop open and go. And I think that was the second time I used that sound effect on this video, so it's gonna get wore out. Anyways, that was the belt. Next thing that I've actually really had helpful for me around everyday carry basis is a way to charge items. So of course I use an Anchor, that's just what I use sometimes, but mainly having the charging cables to charge a bunch of stuff. These stackable items, which I'll get to here in a second, allow me to literally just charge whatever. I can charge my watch on the run if I need to, and then I just pop it off, and it's literally lanyarded in, and then I can charge whatever else I want, like my phone or these, and then I pop this one off, and they're all kept here so that I won't get lost, and I can plug this in. You can do these to all different types. I'll link these description box below. I think these are pretty much a solid win that I would highly recommend because they have come in handy a lot, and they're super cheap, so why wouldn't you use them? So, moving on, kind of the random items. I got like 2 more items left. This is more of a cold weather item, but this is an electronic hand warmer. This thing's awesome. Where I live, it gets negative 55 in the wintertime. That sucks. My hands get cold, even with gloves. So I like to use hand warmers, but I don't like using the packet ones because they're a pain. Just use a rechargeable one. And then also, if you're not using it as that, you can literally charge up your phone with it. They use it as that. So a hand warmer or a battery bank, it's either or. I think they're pretty cool. They range from like 25 to like 50 bucks. They're pretty cool. I have a few of them literally laying around all over the place. Lastly, I carry on me is Mio Energy most of the time. And this is because I can tailor the amount of caffeine going into my body because it's literally you doing the amount you want. It's 60 milligrams per squeeze, so do a half squeeze, do 2 squeezes, do 10 squeezes if you want your heart to explode. I don't know, whatever you guys are into. But if that's what you want, I would highly recommend it. It works out really well because I can tailor the amount so I'm not super jittery after I drink an energy drink and I need to stay awake because I've been up for 20 hours working, or I'm not super tired because I didn't get enough. You can kind of manage it. So I would highly recommend using Mio Energy. Works for me many years, and it kind of keeps you off dependency of a ton of caffeine, which I try to avoid caffeine at all costs, but sometimes you just need to stay awake. So other than that, this is pretty much my everyday carry that I specifically use. My off-duty carry, I guess you could say. My on-duty carry is a little bit different. Like I said, this will probably be the last one for almost a year or two because the market's saturated in it and I don't feel like going over it again. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, definitely give me a comment. Definitely helps out. Comment like, hey, this was great. I really appreciate it. Or this was really good. Or you suck. I mean, whatever you want to put. YouTube is weird with algorithms. They don't care all the hate that you put in it. But my Lord, if you have a dislike button, bad feelings hurt. All right, I'm going into a little bit of a rant here. But comment something, like, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys are interested in donating, Patreon, PayPal, both are available. Patreon's pretty good too because I go behind the scenes. You guys get to see whatever I'm doing. I bounce ideas off y'all all the time. And yeah, so if you guys like this kind of stuff, you know, like, subscribe, something like that. But other than that, you guys won't get another one of these for a while, so enjoy. Other than that, have a great day.